welcome back to Tea Talks with
Meosha
and
Irina.
So today we're super excited. First of all, this is our first video conferencing, and the girl I'm about to introduce you, her name is Jul Nov. She is an amazing whole foods plant-based girl that I've met online. So she inspires me in the way that she's creating all these beautiful dishes out of just plant-based diet. And I'm just incredibly happy to have her with us today on Tea Talks. Before I turn the mic over to her, I will tell you a little bit about how we met. I was on Facebook just kind of roaming about, and all of a sudden I see two ladies talking about fasting. I was like, oh, cool, somebody else is fasting. I'm not the only one in the world. So I joined their conversation, and that's how I discovered Julia's Facebook group. It's called Lean and Clean Russian Journey, where ladies like myself and others exchange recipes, health tips, and so on. It's an incredibly intelligent group, but don't let that intimidate you, because if you join it, you're going to learn a ton. I know I did. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our beautiful Jul Nov. Julia, take the floor away. Tell us a little bit about yourself, please, and how you came about with your group. I would love to hear that.
Yeah, hi everyone, and thank you for inviting me to your show. So yes, I am Jul Nov, and I am a whole food plant-based empowerment coach. I go by the name also KGB ambassador. KGB stands for kale, greens, and beans. So my journey started about 5 years ago when I was looking to lose weight, but I did not want to do any diets. I've done them all. I tried them all. They all worked for me, but they were not sustainable in the long term. So, but I knew that vegetables are healthy.
Right.
No, you don't get fat from them. And I knew I'm going to lose weight eating vegetables. So that's how I started. I didn't really plan to go. I didn't even know at that time about whole food plant-based lifestyle. So I was just getting more vegetables in, cutting all the processed food out. It was just logical to me. And to stay focused, I decided to go to the library and get some books. And I got a lot of books, and I started reading and researching and digging deep and deep and deep. And I found a lot of supporting science that supports this lifestyle. And that's basically how I began. I lost in the first year, I lost 60 pounds.
Wow.
And I've been able to keep it off for all this time. And the way I created my group was I did not want to spam everyone's pages, like the timelines on Facebook. So I decided I'm going to open another group where I will share my recipes, where I will share what I eat and what I do. And all my friends, about 50 people at that time, followed me. They said, oh, we want to see what do you eat? Right. And then it grew to almost 3,500 people.
I know, it's amazing. I'm just very impressed with how fast you were able to build that. But obviously it's because there's a lot of value. I know I found a tremendous amount of value in your page when I discovered it, to a point where you influenced me so much. I'm going to share a secret with you, that sometimes I would think about when I wanted to post, because I am a food poster. I posted a lot of food. But when I started getting influenced by your ideas and posts, I found myself feeling almost kind of unsure about posting certain meat dishes. I was like, I wonder how Jul would feel if I posted that. I honestly, those thoughts were running through my head. And I was like, I'm going to have to share that with her, because I think it's empowering when you know that you can influence someone so much. So you're doing an amazing job because you're not really trying, you're just being who you are. But in that, a lot of people find a lot of strength and draw from you. I found a great amount of recipes that I've tried through your group. So, and they've all been amazing.
And that's the deal. What I want to do, I mean, of course, I want everyone to be plant-based because I think it's great for your health, for environment, and for the animals. But I'm more coming from a health perspective first. So for me, it's important to let people know how they can bring vegetables into their daily meals.
Well,
And
I know that some of your, yes, some of your posts can be a little bit intimidating just because how effortlessly beautiful they are, and you just create them with such amazing quality. I'm always impressed. So I'm hoping that that's not something that may scare somebody away from trying to start somewhere in your group.
I hope not.
Right. So that's why I'm putting it out there, because I'd like that this video open the door to many more people to discover you and say, hey, you know, I want to give it a try, because I'd love for more people to discover their better health. And I think you're one of the people that is doing a good job of that. So,
Thank you.
yes.
What?
Would you say it takes a lot of discipline to like keep this going? Like, you know, to stop with the meat, because I'm a meat eater. I love meat. But you
It's a
know,
great question. Yeah.
I think it takes a vision.
Hmm.
If you have a vision, if you set your goals, it's easy to, like, if you keep that vision in mind, you just follow that, and then it becomes easy. And then what also helped me, I wanted to prove something to myself.
Right.
Like, I can do it. And I wanted to see how my body will react to it. And when I see results, I get more inspired. And when I see that I influence other people and they get results, like my clients, when they lose 20 pounds in 2 months, and they call me and they excited and they want to continue and they like jumping and want more of me, it makes me happy seeing them being successful.
Absolutely.
And also, when you have a group, you become a leader. So you kind of responsible. You cannot go, you're responsible for the people who follow you. You
Right.
want them to succeed. Therefore, you cannot fail yourself.
Right.
You
Yes,
know,
I understand the pressure. Yeah.
you I lead by example. My husband my husband was a meat eater. Like every day he had to have meat. And now he doesn't eat it anymore.
Wow.
He
And
doesn't.
I did not talk to him about it. Like I did not nag him about like, oh, you have to stop. You have to
Right.
stop. I was just leading by example. And then my kids came along. I mean, my whole family, my parents, my mom.
Wow.
So
You are a great leader. I must say, I have tried that for myself. For example, when I'm doing my long fasts, you know, I will sustain that kind of lifestyle for at least before the fast and definitely after the fast for a little bit. But it is a lot more difficult when you're the only one with that goal. And that's unfortunately the story of my family. So I volley back and forth, but you know, it's good to have examples such as yourself so you can kind of keep finding that motivation and keep discovering something in you to try and become better every time you give yourself that focus again. So yeah, you're doing incredibly.
I think it's all it's all how, I don't know how to say it, but it's all within you. And if you set those goals, and if you're strong, I believe everyone can do it. I believe that people, it's like having a drink. Like I quit drinking a year and a half ago. I didn't think I would be able to do it. Everyone around drinks.
Mm-hmm.
My husband sometimes he has a wine or beer. I live in California, so is you. So we have a wine. It's a wine country, right? So everyone likes to have a glass of
Mm-hmm.
wine or champagne or whatever. But again, I was able to stay 100% sober for a year and a half because this is what I set myself for.
Right. You set the goal and you're keeping yourself accountable for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it for about 8 months, I remember. And then I just changed my mind.
Yeah.
That's kind of, yeah. So I need to work on being consistent as far as
And
my
being
goals.
committed. I'm very committed to my declarations.
That's awesome.
Right.
That's awesome. Have you seen any amazing differences in doing that? Like the drinking part, for example. What benefits are you reaping so far?
Well, I think the most valuable benefit for me is I can have fun without having a drink.
Right.
And before I did not think I can do that. I always thought that I can only relax if I have a drink. I can only have fun. I become more loose. I become more talkative when I have a drink.
Right.
And now I can I found a way to have fun and enjoy life without being under the influence. And I think
That's a great point.
and another thing what keeps me motivated with drinking is I have kids. My kids are 15 years old and I don't want them to drink and they don't want to drink. But they were thinking that everyone drinks around.
Mm.
So I am, again, setting an example for them.
Right.
And now they tell me that we don't think we want to ever drink.
That's
We don't even want to try anything.
wow.
That's really good.
And
That's powerful.
yeah. And I think it's powerful. And I want my kids to be healthy.
Absolutely, of course. Every mother would. I know you have twin girls, correct?
Yes.
Are they twins?
Aw.
Yeah. And they're into art. Well, one of them is.
One of them is into art and they both into sailing.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes, I do see that on the page as well. No, but yeah, that was a great point about the alcohol. That's actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Yes, having fun without relying on some sort of a crutch, because you're right. A lot of people think that that's what motivates them to relax and to be themselves, when in reality it isn't so.
Mm-hmm.
We both know that.
Right.
Sometimes people think we're drunk and we're not.
Yeah, they really do.
I'll be honest with you, this was very difficult decision for me. And just like this whole food plant-based, in the beginning, I only set a goal for 1 year. I said, I'm going to try it for 1 year. And then it went to a second year and third and fourth and fifth now. Same thing happened with alcohol. I said, I just want to see if I can do it for 1 year, be without any alcohol. And by the end, like last December, I was constantly having those thoughts, oh, the New Year's coming.
Yes.
I want to have a glass of champagne. I'm going to have my glass of champagne on January 1st, or like this, on that, when the ball drops, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when the time came, you only have to make decision at that exact moment.
Yes.
At that moment, I said, no, I'm not gonna I'm gonna have a sparkling water with lime and mint.
Nice.
And since I did it, first of all, it made me very proud of myself. It gave me more confidence. And then it just went on. And now, like, we're gonna have a family reunion in a couple of weeks, and I'm gonna see my cousin who I haven't seen for 9 years, and her daughter is 3.5, and I haven't seen her ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll have a drink. Maybe I'll have a drink, but I know I won't.
I bet you won't. You've put in
That's
too much
good.
time to go back.
But what I'm saying is, those thoughts are still going on, and they coming, and it's normal. It's normal to experience. So if someone if someone has those thoughts, it's okay. Just
Right.
own it and break through them.
And make a decision at that moment again.
Yeah.
So speaking of thoughts, I'm curious, when you started the life or the plant-based lifestyle, how long did it take you, or are you still thinking about having meat? Because I mean, from what I'm seeing, I don't get that vibe from you, but I'm wondering how that felt, the transition.
No, I do not. I do not crave meat. Usually, the only time I crave meat is when I'm on a water only fast. For some weird reason, I sometimes get those dreams. Like the other day, the other night, I had a dream that I had a burger, and I never liked burgers. It's not my, like, if I when I used to eat meat, I would have a steak, not a burger. So when that dream, when I had that dream, I was like, oh my God, I just broke a fast.
Yes.
And not only I broke a fast, I broke it with the wrong food. And then I would wake up in agony, like sweating. But this is something that happens when you have those long water only fasts, that you get those vivid dreams.
Right.
Otherwise, like when you're out of it, out of your fast, I don't get any cravings.
Gotcha. So it's not really a craving, that's more of a subconscious work because you're only dreaming about it, but you're not necessarily craving it.
No, yeah, I guess. Well, I was watching a movie, and the people were eating pizza, and I was like, So, but then I'm like, I can make pizza plant-based, and even my kids, they like plant-based pizza,
It's really good.
even though it might not be very healthy, because the vegan cheese is still a processed food.
Mm-hmm.
But like once in a while for the kids,
Yeah.
for me, it's okay.
So you're not made of steel after all.
So once in a while is okay. Okay, cool.
For once in a while, vegan pizza, not the regular pizza.
No, yeah, not that. Yeah, vegan.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I have a question. I know it takes a lot of prep to be able to sustain that type of diet. What advice do you have for someone who's just starting out?
Well, it doesn't take a lot of prep for me anymore, because I went from just being whole food. Like I went to a very simple eating habits now. For me, it's I can just put together any vegetables and that's it, like, or
Right.
potato. And lately I have a challenging group where we don't eat any salt, oil, and sugar.
Right.
So our meals are very simple, and life is not about food. Food is just a fuel.
Mm-hmm.
But for someone who is just transitioning, my advice, first advice, get rid of dairy. And second advice, just add more vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like, it's okay if you're not 100%. It's okay if you're not perfect, but just add more vegetables.
Okay.
And then by eating more vegetables and fruits and grains and legumes, it will automatically eliminate the animal products,
Right.
because you get filled.
Well, I think like the SOFA challenge that you're talking about, it's the no salt, no sugar, no oils, no fats. And what does A stand for?
Okay, sulfurs free means sugar, oil,
Oh,
flour of any kind, alcohol, and salt free.
right. I feel like that's even more so next level up, because not only that you're going to eat whole foods, but now you're eliminating all of the stimulating, what do you call those additives, flavor inducers that people's tongues are so atrophied, would probably be the best word to describe it. I know it's easy for the ones who fast to come back to basics because the receptacles just clean out automatically. But for someone who is spoiled with all these rich foods and rich flavors, I know this is a tough challenge.
It's only 5 weeks, and we had I had clients who came from a animal based food to this challenge, straight into this, into
Wow.
free, and had great results. The weight goes off very quickly. The taste buds really clear up, so you can start taste the real food.
Right.
What are some of the effects like once you start eating healthier? Like,
Well,
it's not
the
just
health effects,
weight.
the blood sugar goes down, the blood pressure goes down, uh, the type 2 diabetes improves. Arteries, the opening up. So there are a lot of health benefits. You get rid of eczema. You get rid of the type 2 diabetes. You can. Well, the blood pressure is very common, and it's going down like within 2 weeks.
Wow.
So all your SOFA challenges, would you say everyone was able to withstand the entire challenge, or is it kind of all over the board?
You mean how many people from the Sophos challenge was successful?
Or yeah, you can tell me the ratio. I'm just wondering, like I know everybody starts off with the intention of obviously being successful, but is it so for more than 50%, or what's the ratio?
Okay,
Experience.
I think from I'm doing those challenges for over a year and a half now.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say we had maybe 4 people who could not complete it.
Oh, wow.
But
So
the rate is very successful. I keep people really accountable, and if they participate in a challenge, and I do my best to make sure that you participate. I don't let you go. I stay on top of you. I ask you if I have to. I reach out to you to make sure that you're there, that you're visible, that you're not hiding. So I would say we are 100% successful with people who are not hiding. The only people who failed were the people who went into hiding.
Mm-hmm. So you would say that everyone is pretty open and honest about it?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. I mean, hey, I'm telling you, you've got talent. If you can keep such number of people accountable, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's really good.
That takes a skill.
It does.
Well, it's a small group. We usually have about 25 to 35 people.
That's not a small group.
There are people who are in a year-long program,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and we always motivate each other. We post videos. We always talk. We have Zoom calls. So
Okay.
I really keep everyone accountable.
That's great.
Well, I feel like as a coach, my success is my client's success.
Right.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So I'm very invested into the success of my people.
Mhm.
Well, and that is what's so inspiring about you is that your authenticity shines through and you're very giving of yourself, of your time, which is not a common thing across the board, if you know what I'm saying. So it definitely stands out, and we definitely appreciate it. I know I appreciate you. Even this time with us that you're spending is really meaningful because we get to share this with the world, and hopefully a lot more people can be enlightened by this
Yeah,
information
for sure.
because this is wonderful, great way. It's very motivating. I don't know if I'm cutting you off. Do you have any other questions?
Oh gosh, no, I'm good. I'm learning too.
Because I know this is a lot more new to you than
This
to
is
me.
totally
so.
new for me.
Well, I'm very driven. I'm very driven by thinking that I want everyone to have a long, healthy life. I
Right.
lost my grandmother when she was 51 to cancer. I lost my aunt when she was 63 to heart disease. I lost my dad when he was 59 to heart disease. I lost my another grandmother to type 2 diabetes. So, and it's not fun to live without your parents or without your father, without your aunt, without the family. And family is very important thing to me. I value I have family values. It means a lot. And I want everyone to have the family. I want daughters to be walked down the aisle by their father. I want grandparents to play a part in raising the grandchildren. I want people get off their medications.
That's a big one.
And I see that with this lifestyle, it's happening. It's possible.
Right.
Have you come across any people whom you could not influence? Because I know I'm a big proponent of healthy eating, but for example, my own father, who also passed away very recently, could not at all get through to him with anything. He just brushed me off all the time, and I just never could influence him. It's like, I don't need to have your professor's words, keep it to yourself, like, close-minded people. So just don't know if you've had the experience and how you deal with that.
Of course, there are a lot of people who resist this change. They are very into the habits, and it's very hard for them. I'm happy to say that I did influence my mom. She's 100% plant-based for about 4 years now.
Wow.
My dad, on the other hand, my stepfather, is not 100%. He still has a little bit of animal products, but I did influence him to have smoothies every morning.
Wow.
And yes, sometimes it triggers me. Again, I'll be honest with you, it triggers me to see him making his own salmon or some lox
Yeah.
and eating it. Uh, and then sometimes I would say something, and sometimes I would just ignore it. And
But what I'm saying is, how did your mom get influenced? Just by watching you, or were you constantly talking about it? Were you constantly commenting on that? What is your balance in that?
I was not commenting on I don't usually comment on other people food choices. unless they ask me. But I do talk, especially inside in my family. I do talk about everything I learn.
Right.
And it comes across like not like, oh, you have to do this.
Right.
It comes across like, you know, I just read this amazing thing. I just uh, came across this research, and it's so fascinating. So I'm just sharing
Hmm.
just what I learned and not pushing it.
I think that's great. That's actually good to know because, yeah, sharing information rather than imposing your opinion is definitely two different things. And that's what my daddy taught me. Like, you cannot push this on me. It has to be my choice. So that makes sense.
Yeah, but some people still they resist, and I respect everyone's journey because I believe everyone has his own journey.
Right.
Absolutely.
So
That's
where
great.
I'm coming from.
That's wonderful.
That's why my group called Lean and Clean Journey.
Love
True.
it.
Journey. And honestly, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to be, what's going to happen in 10 years. Maybe another research going to come up and maybe something changed. But at this point of time, the research that is out there, I'm like, indicates that whole food plant-based lifestyle is the best for your health, for our environment, and of course for the animals.
I'm curious, since you've been doing this for a while now, how does it affect common colds, for example? I know that overall health improves, but does that give you a bigger window in not being affected by common colds? I'm purely curious.
I don't remember when I had a common cold.
Oh,
I
great.
I think I did have some cold maybe 2 years ago, and then I did not have the one for 3 years prior. I did not have any. So, but even when I did have a cold, it was gone within 3 or 4 days.
And how
But
about your kids?
uh,
School and everything.
my one child, she was always more prone to colds.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets a cold. She used to get a cold like 5 times a year. Now she gets like 1 time a year.
Okay.
If
That's
awesome.
huge
Great
improvement.
the other one does not get cold, even if they in the same room or they eat the same apple. The other one, her immune system is just amazing, and she just never gets colds or anything. Never been on antibiotics ever.
Wow. That's something you don't hear every day. For
Yeah.
sure. I wish I could say that, but no. No. But yeah, no, this is great information. I love this. I want to share with the audience that Jul is coming out of her 15-day fast. I mean, look at this lady. She's radiant. Can you tell that she hasn't eaten for 15 days? If it were me, you'd see. But this is how inspirational she is. And so she can talk to you guys about a lot of different things. The whole food plant-based diet, fasting. Please add anything else. I'm sure you have a whole ton of other things that you offer. We're going to share your group link so that people can join if they so
Well, the group is for Russian people mostly, so I don't know how that's gonna be, but I will open. Well, I'm gonna do my second summit. I don't know if you know this, but I did a whole food plant-based summit in January, so I'm doing a second summit in November.
All
Where
right.
I'm gonna have great speakers and doctors and researchers. And I am also this month I'm doing a monthly topic, and the topic of this month is fasting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing a webinar I think on the 27th. I'm doing a webinar on fasting, and I can send you a link.
Okay.
If anyone is interested, they can join me, and I'll be happy to share all the information about water only fasting.
Awesome.
Now, this webinar that you're about to share with us, is this free, or is it that something that people need to sign up for?
They have to sign up for it. You have to register for it, but it is free.
Awesome.
Well, there you go, guys. It's a free webinar. If you're interested in learning more about fasting, I'm telling you, this girl is it. She has so much information. Doctors don't have that much. I promise you that. But take it away with... No, Julia, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very happy to share my experience and this lifestyle with everyone who is interested to improve their health.
That's awesome. Take it away,
guys.
Meosha.
Well, that's it for today, guys. But remember,
the better it gets,
the better it gets.
Comment, subscribe. Let us know what you thought. If you have any questions, follow up.
Yes.
We'll be more than happy to provide you with more information. I can let you know how to get in touch with Julia. We will share the link to her webinar. And there's just so many more things that you can learn from her. If you have any questions about your diet, or if you want to improve your health, she's your gal. I know she does private coachings, something you can reach out to her about also. Anyway, we're here to help. We're here to provide value. Let us know how we can do that for you. Until next time then. All right, you guys. Mwah. Thank you so much.